read that last part again.
Have not I sent thee?
There, so now the Most High sent this man. It's not because he was courageous or anything. The Most High, he picks who he wants. Like with read the next verse.
And he said unto him, O my Lord, wherewith shall I save Israel? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house.
So obviously he's not very confident like me. Like, come on, I'm going to deliver them. I'm poor. I mean, I'm just from the tribe of Manasseh. Verse 16.
And the Lord said unto him, Surely I will be with thee.
I will be what?
Surely I will be with thee.
See there. So the battle's not yours. So basically now, it's what the Most High wants. It's not what man wants. This is what the Most High wants. Read that part again.
And the Lord said unto him, Surely I will be with thee, and thou shalt smite the Midianites as one man.
Yeah, so the confidence came from what the Most High saying that he will be with him. If he never said that, then he wouldn't have had been confident. From there, skip to verse 33.
Verse 33. Then all the Midianites and the Amalekites and the children of the east were gathered together and went over and pitched in the valley of Jezreel. But the Spirit of the Lord came upon Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, and Abiezer was gathered after him.
All right, there. So it says the Spirit of the Lord came upon Gideon. So this ain't just him doing it by himself. Again, he's controlled by the Most High. Again, making that point, the battle is not yours, it's the Most High's. Continue reading.
And he sent messengers throughout all Manasseh, who also was gathered after him. And he sent messengers unto Asher, and unto Zebulun, and unto Naphtali, and they came up to meet them. And Gideon said unto God, If thou wilt save Israel by mine hand, as thou hast said, behold, I will put a fleece of wool in the floor, and if the dew be on the fleece only, and it be dry upon all the earth, besides, then shall I know that thou wilt save Israel by mine hand, as thou hast said.
All right, so now it's time for war, and he's not too confident. So he's asking, if I put this fleece on the floor, and with the dew, it's like a rain mist kind of fog. So he's saying that if basically with this fleece that's wet and the earth around it is dry, then I will know that you want me to deliver them. So even still, he's still kind of unsure. Continue reading.
And it was so far, and it was so, for he rose up early on the morrow and thrust the fleece together and wringed the dew out of the fleece, a bowl full of water. And Gideon said unto God, Let not thine anger be hot against me, and I will speak but this once. Let me prove, I pray thee, but this once with the fleece.
All right. So now he's got one sign, but even still he's unsure. It's like, don't be vexing me, please. I just need another sign. Continue reading.
Let it now be dry only upon the fleece, and upon all the ground let there be dew. And God did so that night, for it was dry upon the fleece only, and there was dew on all the ground.
So now we got two signs. So now, by now anyone would have been very confident knowing that the Most High is with them. The next chapter, Judges, the 7th chapter, verse 1.
Then Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, and all the people that were with him, rose up early and pitched beside the well of Harod, so that the host of the Midianites were on the north side of them, by the hill of Moreh in the valley. And the Lord said unto Gideon, The people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, Mine own hand hath saved me.
They're gonna say what?
Mine own hand hath saved me.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So in the war, there was way too much of them. So that with this army, it's way too big. So if they win because of how much they have, they're gonna be saying, "What? It's us." And you know how it goes. The glory goes to the Most High. Remember this. You want to win because He wants you to win. It's not because of yourself. Verse 3.
Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, Whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there returned of the people 22,000, and 3 remained 10,000.
All right. Now with that part about being afraid, where do you find the part about war? It's in the Lord. Does anyone know where that's from?
I know it's in the law. If a man's afraid, he gets to go home.
All right. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 1.
Deuteronomy 20:1. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and the people more than thou, be not afraid of them, for the Lord thy God is with thee.
He is what?
The Lord thy God is with thee.
Again, saying the same thing. The Most High is with you. So you're not afraid because you're skillful in war. You're not afraid because the Most High is with you. If we read it,
Which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
read it.
And it shall be, when ye are come nigh unto battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them.
All right. So now, with the priest, he's trying to encourage people. Like, has anyone watched Braveheart before?
Cause
Now, before the went to war, what was he saying to them?
it's like it's gassing them up, not gassing them up, it's hyping them up, it's hyping them up.
You're telling, you're fighting for your land, for your kids and all that. So basically now with the priest, that's what he's saying, look, man. He's saying that with the Most High, he's with you. Don't be afraid. Don't be faint. Faint means weak. So don't see people like, wow, they're kind of tough. I might want to just go home. Like, don't be doing any of that. You gotta be courageous. Continue reading.
Verse 4. For the Lord your God, he that goeth with you.
All right. So now with the priest, he's telling you, don't be afraid, people. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you. So he's telling them, forget all that. It don't matter what you see. You can see an African with a sword from like 6 feet high. Who cares? Because it's the Most High that's with you. Continue reading.
To fight for you against your enemies, to save you.
Yeah, so it's the Most High that fights for you, not really you for yourself. Verse 5.
Verse 5. And the officer shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that have built a new house, and have not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it.
So if you're about to go to war, and you got a house and you ain't dedicated, meaning that you haven't been in the house, you haven't selected it, you haven't, done anything that you do. If you had a house, if you're about to go to war and there's a house that you haven't dedicated, then you're allowed to not take part in the war. Verse 6.
Verse 6. And what man is he that have planted a vineyard, and have not yet eaten of it? Let him also go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man eat of it.
So also, you wasn't allowed to fight if you had a new vineyard. Because obviously now you haven't even eaten of that. So you was allowed to be excused from a war at that time too. Read.
Verse 7. And what man is there that have betrothed a wife, and have not taken her? Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in battle, and another man take her.
So again, if you're engaged to a woman, and you haven't selected her, then don't take part in the war. You know what I mean? You get that wife, or you're dying, then someone else just take her. Verse 8.
Verse 8. And the officer shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, What man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted?
What man is what?
Fearful and faint-hearted.
Read.
Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint, as well as his heart.
All right. So what's that saying basically?
It basically send him home because he's scared. And when it says his brethren's heart may faint like his heart, that fear might spread. Like he might get scared, like, yo, you think we can do this? And that the man beside him might have doubt. And before you know it, now you got an army full of scared people.
Yeah. So basically, you being scared, it can basically go on to someone else where if you're not confident, they think, well, if you're not confident, there must be a reason why, and then they think that way, and then before you know it, the whole army, when the enemies come, they just run. So you know what I mean? So it's very important that being afraid, there's no reason for us to be afraid, not because of us, it's because the Most High is with us. And you being afraid can spread onto other people as well. And then before you know it, everyone's not confident, everyone's a bit, I don't know, and then you can affect everything. Verse 9.
Verse 9. And it shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people.
All right, there. So now back in Judges, where he said that those are afraid can go. Of course, this is where he got it from. He got it from the Lord in the Bible. So where we'll be at the book of Judges, chapter 7 and verse 3.
Judges chapter 7 and verse 3. Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there return of the people 22,000, and there remained 10,000.
All right, yeah. So we know with that law that people are afraid. We got that. So the people that were afraid were how much? 22,000. So a lot of people were scared. Verse 4.
And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go.
So now 22,000 people are gone, but still the Most High's like, now with this army, it's a lot. I want even a lot more gone also as well. Continue reading.
So he brought down the people unto the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth him, shall thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that boweth down upon his knees to drink.
All right, so now it seems now when they go to drink, the ones that basically lap like a dog, mean their heads, in the lake. You know what I mean? He's gonna set them by his side, and those that are a little bit wise, they'll go on one knee, look around, put some water in their mouth. He's gonna set them on the side, so you're seeing who's wise, and you're basically the ones that ain't. Read.
And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water.
Read.
And the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thine hand, and let all the other people go, every man unto his place.
So the ones that lapped after in the water, the Most High wanted them. Why? Because they wasn't wise. With the other people, they knew that it was wartime, so they had enough common sense to know, go at the water, bow down, just to have the water, but do look around. But the ones that just lap the water, they're not wise. So the Most High telling you, by the hand of them, I'm going to deliver you, and that's to let you know that the Most High is Him that basically controls the battle, not us. Continue reading.
So the people took victuals in their hand and their trumpets, and he sent all the rest of Israel, every man unto his tent, and retained those 300 men. And the host of Midian was beneath him in the valley.
Yeah.
And it came to pass the same night that the Lord said unto him, arise, get thee down unto the host, for I have delivered it into thine hand.
For what?
For I have delivered it into thine hand.
Therefore, I have delivered it into your hand. Meaning what? With the Most High, He's basically making us win this war. Continue reading.
For if thou fear to go down with Purah, thy servant, down to the host, and thou shalt hear what they say, and afterwards shall thine hands be strengthened to go down unto the host.
Yes. So with Gideon, another sign is that he's gonna go down, and like what they're speaking about, he's gonna hear, and that's going to strengthen him. Read.
Then went he down with Purah, his servant, unto the outside of the armed men that were in the host. And the Midianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east lay along in the valley like grasshoppers for multitude, and their camels were without number, as the sand by the seaside for multitude.
So there was a lot of them, meaning you couldn't even count all of them up. Like you see them, that's just a lot of people there. Continue reading.
And when Gideon was come, behold, there was a man that told a dream unto his fellow, and said, behold, I dreamed a dream, and lo, a cake of barley bread tumbled into the host of Midian, and came unto a tent, and smote it, that it fell, and overturned it, that the tent lay along. And his fellow answered and said, this is nothing else save the sword of Gideon, the son. This is nothing else save the sword of Gideon, the son of Joash, a man of Israel. For into his hand hath God delivered Midian and all the host.
Yeah, so now that would definitely strengthen anybody. You're hearing what they're talking about, and they're talking about you like, yeah, this man is gonna come and going to destroy us. So that was another sign to strengthen him. Is everyone with me so far? All right, verse 15.
Verse 15. And it was so, when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and the interpretation thereof, that he worshipped and returned into the host of Israel, and said, Arise, for the Lord hath delivered into your hand the host of Midian.
Again, for the Most High has delivered the host into your hands. Continue.
And he divided the 300 men into 3 companies, and he put a trumpet into every man's hand with empty pitchers and lamps within the pitchers.
Right. So does everyone understand what a pitcher is and lamp and all that?
Yeah, pitch like a clay lamp.
Yeah, it's like a clay one. So you have the light inside, and you can hold it. You've got the lamp, which is like the glass one. The pitcher's like a clay version of it. Continue reading.
Verse 17. And he said unto them, Look on me, and do likewise. And behold, when I come to the outside of the camp, it shall be that as I do, so shall ye do.
So basically, it's kind of anything you see me do, you do the same also as well. Continue reading.
Verse 18. When I blow with a trumpet, I and all that are with me, then blow ye the trumpet also on every side of all the camp, and say, The sword of the Lord and of Gideon.
So it's giving them instructions. Verse 19.
So Gideon and the 100 men that were with him came unto the outside of the camp in the beginning of the middle watch, and they had but newly set the watch, and they blew the trumpets and brake the pitchers that were in their hands.
So with the clay lamps in their hand, one said that they all smashed them. Verse 20.
And the 3 companies blew the trumpets and brake the pitchers, and held the lamps in their left hands, and the trumpets in their right hand to blow withal, and they cried, The sword of the Lord and of Gideon. And they stood every man in his place round about the camp, and all the host ran and cried and fled.
All right. So what made them afraid? Does anyone know?
Didn't make them afraid, because when you read up, it says that there was a big multitude of people. They had so much people with them that made them afraid.
No, I mean what I'm saying is they haven't even had a battle yet. All they've done is said the sword of the Lord and Gideon, and they've smashed the pitchers. This says everyone ran and fled. So what made them afraid? Think about these scenario.
Ran towards them more.
No, they encamped around them. Then they broke their pitchers and said the sword of the Lord and Gideon.
Because they didn't trust in the Most High.
Oh no. With the opposite side, they're afraid.
Oh, it's like, oh.
Because the trumpet, like obviously you're at camp, and the lights go out, trumpets blowing and stuff, men around you.
That's right. So with the pitcher, you have your light, but it's kind of dark. So when you smash it, everything brightens up, and there's people blowing trumpets. That's what made all the enemies afraid. All these lights and horns blowing. So now, with the opposite side, they're obviously scared. They obviously confused because you know what I mean. That's a very rare thing to see. Where you at?
Verse 22.
Read that.
Verse 22. And the 300 blew the trumpets, and the Lord set every man's sword against his fellow, even throughout all the host. And the host fled to Beth Shittah in Zerah, and to the border of Abel Meholah unto Tobath. And the men of Israel gathered themselves together out of Naphtali, and out of Asher, and out of all Manasseh, and pursued after the Midianites.
Yeah, so once they did that, then with all the other tribes, eventually they came down and they got involved in the battle also as well. Verse 24.
And Gideon sent messengers throughout all Mount Ephraim, saying, Come down against the Midianites, and take before them the waters unto Beth-barah and Jordan. Then all the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together, and took the waters unto Beth-barah and Jordan. And they took 2 princes of the Midianites, Areb and Zeb, and they slew Areb upon the rock Areb, and Zeb they slew at the winepress of Zeb, and pursued Midian, and brought the heads of Areb and Zeb to Gideon on the other side Jordan.
Yeah, so you having someone's head showing a sign of victory. But with those names, Arab and Zeb, does anyone else know where you can find that? Give me Psalms 83 and verse 11.
87.
No, Psalms 83 and verse 11.
Psalms 83 and 11. Make their nobles like Oreb
Mm-hmm.
and like the Ebb,
Like who?
like Oreb and like the Ebb.
Yeah, so in Psalms 83, when King David is talking about that, he's talking about this.
Oh. So yeah, because we read that every Sabbath. Right?
Yeah.
I know that.
So you're basically saying about basically do them like in this, so that's where you'll find it. So we're talking about Oreb and Zeheb. I mean, this is the history behind it. From there, get me Judges 8 and 4.
Judges chapter 8, verse 4. And Gideon came to Jordan and passed over, he and the 300 men that were with him, faint yet pursuing them. And he said unto the men of Sukkah, Give, I pray you, loaves of bread unto the people that follow me, for they be faint, and I am pursuing after Zibar and Zalmunna, kings of Midian.
So now it comes to this times like, please, you know what I mean? We need just some bread because we are pursuing after these men. Verse 6.
And the princes of Sukkah said, Are the hands of Zibar and Zalmunna now in thine hand, that we should give bread unto thine army?
So basically, they're like, well, you haven't beat them yet, and we're not going to give you any bread. But there was a parade of them, so they're like, well, right about now, you ain't getting any bread because imagine if they come back, they can be like, well, hang on, you was supporting them to come against us, so they're afraid to give them any bread. Read on.
And Gideon said, Therefore, when the Lord hath delivered Zibar and Zalmunna into mine hand, then I will tear your flesh with the thorns of the wilderness and the briars.
So basically, what it's saying is, once I kill them, I'm gonna come back for you as well. But also with Zaheb and the other guy, go back to Psalms 83 and 11 as well.
Psalms 83 and 11. Make their nobles like Oreb and like the Ebb,
Mm-hmm.
yea, all their princes as Zebah and as Zamuna.
Yeah, he said there. So King David saying the same thing there. Zaheb and Zalmunna, the other guy. So this is the history of it. The King David's doing it. I mean, talking about all that. Them at the end, you know what I mean? They're the example, like basically totally wipe them out. Basically, that's what it's saying. So we got an example there. Give me Judges 3 and 31.
331.
Yeah.
Hold that one.
The book of Judges 3 and 31.
Judges chapter 3 and verse 31. And after him was Shamgar, the son of Anah, which slew of the Philistines 600 men with an ox gold, and he also delivered Israel.
All right. Does anyone know what an ox gold is?
Gold. Is that thing that goes on the ox's neck?
Yeah, it's like a long pin. You put it around the ox neck and you just basically hold it in. It's like a pin about how a rough estimate how much, like 4 feet long, something like that. It's very sharp. You can actually stab somebody with that. So yeah, so basically him, even by the power of the Most High, he killed 600 Philistines with an ox gold. I mean, that's sometimes when you see these Chinese martial arts and one guy's killing everyone. Obviously, they can't do that, but with our foreparents in the Bible, they had that ability. Everything in the Bible is right and exact. You know what I mean? If one man killed 600 people, then that's what he did. You know, he killed 600. All right, give me 2 Samuel's 23 and 8. You know what I mean? Just some more examples of when you write with the Most High, what abilities you can have. So 2 Samuel chapter 23 and verse 8.
2 Samuel 23 and 8. These be the names of the mighty men whom David had. The Tachonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was Adino, the Eznite. He lifted up his spear against 800 whom he slew at one time.
There, so that's a good fighter. With a spear, killed how much people? 800.
Your card.
He killed 800 people in one time. Now again, the battle's not his; it's the Most High's. But that's showing you that when the Most High is with you, you don't have to be afraid. You'll get some abilities outside. You know what I mean? That you don't even know that you was able to have also as well. Of course, this is a more carnal one, but anything if you're afraid to talk or you know what I mean, or like anything that's like basically holding you back from coming into the I.S.U.P.K, the Most High can make you overcome that. But of course, you got to be keeping those law, statutes, and those commandments. Continue reading.
Verse 9, and after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Ahahite, one of the three mighty men with David, when they defied the Philistines that were gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away.
All right. So now the Philistines came to battle, and with the Israelites, they were gone away. Read on.
Verse 10, he arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clave unto his sword.
Yeah, so his hand clave onto the sword. Like, what did we call it in our hand? Sabazin. Yeah, he had that base in where like his hand clave onto his sword, where he couldn't let go of the weapon in his hand. So he fought that hard that he couldn't even let go of it, even if he wanted to. Continue reading.
And the Lord wrought great victory that day.
The Most High did what?
Wrought a great victory that day.
Well, yeah, it was him that had the sword in his hand, but the power was of who? The Most High. We read that part again.
And the Lord wrought a great victory that day. Correct?
Yeah, can't continue.
And the people returned after him only to spoil.
So the people returned. So the same people that ran away, they returned only to spoil. So once you have a war and you take things like, the Philistine might have a nice chain or a nice garment, you basically take, them things. So when it says spoil, that's what it's relating to. Verse 11.
Verse 11, and after him was Shammah, the son of Agi, the Hararite, and the Philistines were gathered together into a troop, where was a piece of ground full of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines, but he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it, and slew the Philistines, and the Lord wrought a great victory.
They said it again. That's another strong man too. Everyone else got scared and he stood there and he defended it. And again, this ain't him. This is the Most High. So you got to really know, if the Most High done that for them, what can he do for like us? I mean, that's something that every single one of us need to be aware of. Is everyone with me so far?
Correct.
Does everyone understand?
Correct.
Let's make it true, right? So from there, in the same chapter, verse 18.
2 Samuel 23 and 18. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief among three, and he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and had the same name among three. Sorry, it's black here. And had the name among three. 19. Was he not most honorable of three? Therefore he was their captain. Howbeit he attained not unto the first three.
Right, so now he didn't attain the first three, meaning like the first three captains, meaning he was good, but he didn't get the position of the first three. That's what it's saying. Verse 20.
Verse 20. And Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab.
Alright, so to be lion-like, does anyone understand that?
I was told it was like the Moabites like to be that
Tiger style.
tiger style of
So yeah, I mean, they're not a joke. I mean, of course they do tiger style, but to be lion-like too means you're not a joke. I mean, like, you're very aggressive, man. So he killed how much of them again? 2 of them. Read that part again.
He slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went down also and slew a lion in the midst of a pit in time of snow.
And then in the time of snow as well, so you can sleep at that time. And it went down and it done that also as well. Verse 21.
Verse 21. And he slew an Egyptian, a goodly man, and the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but he went down with him with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear.
So the Egyptian had a spear. A spear now don't get a spear confused with a javelin. A javelin, what those Africans have, is just a piece of wood and just a little crappy blade just attached on the end. A spear is like, it's all together, and it's not made out of wood. It's made out of like some like brass or something hard. So the Egyptian had that. All he had was a wooden staff, and he took the spear out of his hand and he basically killed the Egyptian with his own spear. So that was just a few examples.
And what did it mean by it was a goodly man? Did it mean he was like a man good at war?
Yeah, he's a goodly man. Where's that part again? Verse
21.
Read it again.
And he slew an Egyptian, a goodly man.
And a goodly man meaning he was good at war. Obviously, the Bible don't go into it in depth. Maybe amongst the Egyptians, he was known for being really good at war, but obviously, he never helped him against him though. But it was good regardless. All right, so from there, get me the book of Haggai, chapter 2 and verse 5. So also, has anyone got their precepts for camp as well? All right, so which topics breaking down?
Like, the most I choose Israel again. No more slavery and stuff.
Right, cool. So which scriptures have you got?
Like the Isaiah, I smote you in my anger, but I will turn to you and kind of mother figure a suffering child and global return, the captivity of Jacob.
Yeah.
And the kind of scriptures like turn unto me, O Israel.
And don't go after
I'm just gonna bring out some scriptures about everything the Most High hates Christians love.
Yeah, that can be a good camp if you bring that.
Good article. Good article.
All right, yeah, that's good. That's some good topics there. And give me Haggai chapter 2 and verse 5.
Haggai chapter 2 and verse 5. According to the words that are covenanted with you when you came out of Egypt, so my spirit remaineth among you, fear ye not. For thus saith the Lord of hosts.
That was like only this verse 5, so should we read that again?
According to the word that are covenanted with you when you came out of Egypt.
So the way that he agreed with us, so with those commandments and everything, continue reading.
So my spirit remaineth among you, fear ye not.
Do what?
Fear ye not.
Yeah, so the Most High is always amongst us. So us being afraid, why is that? You got people following false religion, and they're more confident than people in the truth. Now you've been in the truth, you should be bolder, more confident than them. It's not because of yourself; it's because you're doing the work of the Lord. You know what I mean? So just read that one more time.
According to the words that are covenanted with you when ye came out of Egypt, so my spirit remaineth among you, fear ye not.
And there, so us being afraid, having fears and doubts. You know what I mean? That's something that we should not have. Of course, you know what I mean? If you're keeping those commandments, then that should be a confidence unto you also well. And anything that's trying to seduce you, you can overcome that. And they give me Zephaniah 3 and 16.
Zephaniah 3:16. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear thou not.
Do what?
Fear thou not.
Meaning what? Don't be afraid. Read.
And to Zion, let not thy hands be slack.
And also, don't let your hands be slack. What does the word slack mean?
Like weak or
lazy. It can mean lazy. It can mean weak sometimes. So also, don't be lazy as well. Read.
Verse 17. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing.
Yeah, so, we're not to be afraid because with verse 17, it's explaining for the Most High, he will save us and he will rejoice over thee with joy. So, we're not afraid because we can do anything. It's because of what the Most High is, what he can do.
So, I can call a question.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Today, is the New Testament and Old Testament both as important as each other?
Yes, they are. Yeah. Give me Psalms 40th chapter and the 7th verse, and then in Hebrews the same thing. In the volume of the book of Hebrews 10 and 7 from good.
Ready? Psalms
The 40th chapter and the 7th verse.
Psalms 14.
Okay.
The 7th.
Psalms 40 and 7. Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book.
I do what?
I come in the volume of the book.
Corinthians.
I come in the volume of the book.
First Timothy.
I come in the volume of the book.
The book of Exodus.
I come in the volume of the book.
You read on?
It is written of me.
That's it. All right. So there, so you know, it comes in the volume of the book. So the Old Testament and everything, Apocrypha, all of that's good. And you got that in the book of Hebrews, the 10th chapter and the 7th verse.
Hebrews 10 and 7. Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do thy will, O God.
There, so it comes in the volume of the book, and all of it is what? The will of the Most High in Christ. So, basically, can you ask him if he understands that?
Not my problem.
Yeah, read that.
You should have again. If I'm really sure.
We have Proverbs 30 and 5.
Proverbs 30 and 5. Every word of God is pure.
What?
Every word of God is pure.
Every word, so meaning from Genesis to Revelation. Read that again.
Every word of God is pure.
Read on.
He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him.
All right, give me the book of 2 Timothy 3 and 16 as well.
Second Timothy.
3 and 16.
Okay. 2 Timothy 3:15.
16.
3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of God.
And what did the Bible say?
All scripture is given by the inspiration of God.
Every scripture from Genesis to Revelation is given by the inspiration of the Most High. Read.
And is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction of righteousness.
All right, there with me. He gets the point. All of it's given by the inspiration of God. So you just ask him if he understands that.
Okay, I'll wait for this one.
All right, that's right then. Where was we? It was at Zephaniah 3:16, and from there, we'll take it to. So now I'm going to give you another example of deliverance by the Most High. Give me First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 50. First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 50.
First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
So now, before Mattathias died, he's given his son instruction. So before any war, if you want the Most High to be with you, you gotta be what? And read that part again.
Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law.
All right. So the word is zealous. Does anyone know the definition of that?
Yeah, like a fanatic.
Yeah, very passionate. So
That's something you think about all the time, or what you think it's time to do.
So yeah, for the Most High to read you, you gotta be zealous of the law. Read.
And give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
And that's what you gotta do for that agreement that your forefathers had. You gotta give your life for that. When you're at camp, you know what can happen. So that's an example of you doing that too. Read on.
Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall you receive great honor and an everlasting name.
There, so you know, the same way as the Most High delivered them back in the past, He can do that for you also. And if you do a great act, people are going to talk about you the same way we talk about them. We talk about Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. So you know what I mean? Like, if you do great works in the Most High, people are also going to talk about you as well. Read on.
Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness?
You'll find that in Genesis, when he's about to sacrifice Isaac. Continue reading.
Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt.
Yeah, read that.
Phineas, our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood.
And you can read about that in the first 5 books where the guy came with some other woman and he threw the javelin through them. That's what you find while he's on about there. Verse 55.
Jesus, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel.
Right. When it says Jesus, who's that referring to? This is Jesus here.
Joshua.
Joshua.
Jesus was born at the time?
Yeah, so it's talking about Joshua in the book of Joshua. He judged Israel, meaning he guided them. Does everyone understand? Which also, what does that show you as well?
Jesus and Joshua are synonymous.
Yeah, in the Greek.
That's how you say Joshua in Greek.
Right, that's right. Verse 56.
The lamb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land.
And that's talking about Caleb, which we read about as well in the book of Numbers. Numbers 15 chapter, when they gave the report on the land, he gave a good report. Read on.
David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven.
And that's talking about Elijah, which we read about in the book of Kings. Continue reading.
Ananias, Azarias, and Misael, by believing, was saved out of the flame.
And everyone knows about that story. About, they didn't get burnt up. What's that song by Burning Spear?
Never get burned.
Yeah, I mean, so you know that one. Yeah, right, read on.
Verse 60. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions.
Yeah, with Daniel, you'll read that in the book of Daniel. Continue reading.
And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
Read that part again.
And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
Yeah, so look at all those examples there. Anyone that puts their trust in the Most High, they're not overcome by anything. Remember this, if you're the Most High, you're gonna win. If you're keeping them commandments and you're doing everything that you're commanded, you're gonna win. Continue reading.
Verse 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man.
What did the Bible say?
Fear not then the words of a sinful man.
So don't be afraid of the words of a sinful man, a man that's eating pork, committing adultery. You're going to be afraid of the words that he has spoken. Continue reading.
For his glory shall be dung and worms.
Yeah, so anything good that he has is going to be gone eventually. Verse 63.
Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into his dust, and his force is come to nothing.
Yeah, so eventually they're going to die. It don't matter how great someone is. A man that breaks God laws, you got nothing to be a parade of. Remember this, as I said before, the battle's not yours, it's the Most High's. Verse 64.
Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant, and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law.
Right, the word valiant, does anyone know what that means?
Like warlike. So read this way.
Yeah, really can.
Does it mean like warlike or something, or strong?
It means courageous, last one.
Valiant, a force, whether men, an army, wealth, virtue, strength, a band of men, soldiers, company, strong, valiant, war.
Well, strong then, basically show yourselves strong and show yourselves men. Continue reading.
For by it shall ye obtain glory.
And therefore, for by that, them being strong, trusted in the Most High, they're going to get that glory. And look, we're reading about them now. So everything they said was right. From there, skip to the 67th verse.
Verse 67. Take also unto you all those that observe the law, and avenge ye the wrong of your people.
There, so he told them, take those that observe the law. Don't be taking no one that don't follow these commandments. Because did what? Why is that? Yeah, that's right. You know, if there's any wrong found in us, the Most High ain't gonna be with us. So in war, only take those that observe the law and avenge the wrong of your people. All right, from there, so now this just giving you the foundation of this, to showing you deliverance by the Most High. From there, First Maccabees 3 and 19.
First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 19. For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven.
So what is Judas making them understand?
They say that it doesn't matter about your manpower, how many numbers you got, but the Most High gives the victory.
That's right. Example was the Spartans. You've heard that film 300. Now, first off, it's a lie. It wasn't 300 of them. The guy had 300 main bodyguards, but he also had other people. But that 300, they were that good. They killed majority of them. So now with the Persians and the Medes, their army was big because their empire was from like the Egyptians' land all the way to Uzbekistan, which is like very far. But look, they couldn't even beat them. And in Greece, their population is only like 28,000, but yet they couldn't even beat them. So it's true. It don't matter how much people you got. You know what I mean? If the Most High wants you to win, then you're gonna win. If he doesn't, he does not.
The person got no question when you're ready. Free.
Huh?
No question.
All right, let me get that question.
We get to the question first, or?
Well, yeah, I'll finish this verse. Got a couple verses. Yeah, so read it again.
Verse 19.
Yeah,
For
verse
the
19.
victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven.
Yeah, so the victory comes by the strength that comes from heaven. Continue reading.
They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us, and our wives and children, and to spoil us.
Mm-hmm.
But we fight for our lives and our laws.
And our laws. There, so because they're fighting for their life and for the laws of the Most High, that's the reason why the Most High is with them. From there, skip to verse 53.
Verse 53. How shall we be able to stand against them, except thou, O God, be our help?
There, so let you know, how can we be able to stand against them, except thou, O God, be our help? So there, so you're only going to win of the help of the Most High. Yeah, I'll answer that question.
The sister wants to know: is there a particular order to read the Bible, and where should she start, or does it work like that?
Well, I mean, in your own time, of course, you read the Bible, but start on the very basic things. Read the book of Genesis, read them out. First Peter 2 and 2, and the book of Hebrews 5 and 10.
First Peter 2 and 2.
Is that it?
Yeah. Okay, he was it. First Peter 2 and 2. We'll elaborate first of all.
Yeah, or I'll elaborate just like this. Alright, so basically what you want to do, you know, if you read in the Bible, start on the very basic things. Don't go into no prophecy or nothing like that. Start on, you know, the thing that you can understand. And if you have questions, always ask. Read that for me.
First Peter 2 and 2. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word.
Alright, so you can read that again, sorry.
As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word,
Read on.
that ye may grow thereby.
See that basically you may grow thereby. So by you understanding the basic things, you will grow thereby. So you know, to start on the book of Genesis, Exodus, Deuteronomy, things that you can read and alright, the law, I should not do this, I should not do that. Yeah, and also the curses as well. So just a very basic thing in the Bible. Is there any more on that?
Again. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word.
All right. So when a baby is born, you don't feed a baby a leg of lamb and all that stuff. You give a baby what the things that it can have. So that analogy there is like you need just the basic things in the book as well. Read on.
That ye may grow thereby.
And then that you may grow thereby. You got the other scripture, Hebrews 5 and 10.
Hebrews chapter 5 verse 10.
Or is it verse 12? Verse 12 is the last one, just the last verse.
Verse 18.
Read that.
Well, verse 12, let's see.
Alright,
But when we for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God,
read on.
and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
Alright, there. So again, what it said in First Peter 2:2 about the meat and all that, basically saying the same thing. You need just the basic things. You don't need Isaiah and all that verse. You just need the very basic things. Is there any more on that?
For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness.
And there, and you've been a beginner. You're unskillful in the book. So you know what I mean. Just read just the very basic things. If you got any questions, just bring them. Any more on that?
For he is a babe.
All right. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. That's practically that, isn't it? Or is there any more on that? Oh yeah. Go and read that part then.
But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age.
Yeah. So strong meat reference what? The things that are like hard to be understood. Isaiah, Jeremiah. You know what I mean? Things like that. So someone that's on that stage, you know what I mean? They're the things that they will be able to break down. Continue reading.
Even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
And with them, they also experience with that as well. So that should be that. So that should be it on that. Just ask for a reply right if they understand that as well.
Your scripture was experience in the word of truth.
Doesn't come to mind anymore. But yeah, where was we at? First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 8.
First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 8. Then said Judas to the men that were with him, fear ye not their multitude, neither be ye afraid of their assault.
Yeah, so now with Judas, he's putting the confidence in them, saying, don't be afraid of them, neither be afraid of their assault. Again, because the battle ain't up to us. Verse 9.
Remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea, when Pharaoh pursued them with an army.
Yeah, so the Most High, He will always make a way for you to win. If you're keeping those law, statutes, and those commandments, you know what I mean? No one, even till this day, some people don't believe that the Red Sea happened. But obviously, if it's in the Bible, it did happen. Continue.
Now therefore, let us cry unto heaven, if peradventure the Lord will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy this host before our face this day.
Yeah, so he understood. It's of the Most High. He's saying we need to pray and see if the Most High He will destroy this people. Verse 11.
That so all the heathen may know that there is one who delivereth and saveth Israel.
They're gonna understand what?
There is one who delivereth and saveth Israel.
There's only one, which is the God of this Bible. It's only Him that delivers us. So it's not up to you. It's up to the Most High. From there, give me First Maccabees 3 and 1.
First Maccabees.
So now, I'm putting this one out to show you that where we got this ability from. So First Maccabees 3 and 1.
First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 1. Then his son Judas, called Maccabees, rose up in his stead, and all his brethren helped him, and so did all they that held with his father, and they fought with cheerfulness the battle of Israel. So he got his people great honor, and put on a breastplate as a giant, and get his warlike harness about him, and he made battles, protecting the host with his sword.
Right, yes, now, with Judas, he's a courageous man. He's talking about the way that he was, and again, he got this ability from the Most High as well. Keep on reading.
In his acts, he was like a lion, and like a lion's whelp, roaring for his prey.
Yes, I mean, in war, he was dangerous, you know what I mean? Cutting off heads, arms, limbs, you know what I mean? He was someone that, you know what I mean, in war, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously, we can't imagine it going and reading it, but, you know, for them to write it, they must have had visualized it for themselves. Verse 5.
For he pursued the wicked, and sought them out, and burnt up those that vexed his people.
Read.
Wherefore the wicked shrunk for fear of him.
They did what?
Shrunk for fear of him.
So the people that were around, they were afraid of him, like, boy, with that Judas Maccabees, you know, I'm not really quite sure, you know what I mean? I want to actually go to war with this guy. Read on.
And all the workers of iniquity were troubled, because salvation prospered in his hand.
Yeah, so salvation was in his hand, meaning freedom was in his hand through the Most High. Next verse.
He grieved also many kings, and made Jacob glad with his acts, and his memorial is blessed forever.
And there, that's why we're reading about it now. So he vexed many kings and made us glad. So he got his power from the Most High. So is everyone with me so far? All right. From there, give me Psalms 118 verse 6. Did they understand the breakdown?
You got it, yeah. That one.
Okay, all right. Before I get that, what's the other question?
When God says we shall surely die and stuff because of our sins, does he mean we'll be killed in a bad way?
Yeah, that's what it means.
Sorry.
Yeah, we can get some.
Okay, have a
Oh, what, you're gonna get the scriptures though. Right, you got it?
Okay.
Right, about basically showing that with death, of course there's a death where people die, but a lot of the death that the Bible's talking about is like a horrible death. There's one, I just can't remember what it is.
Before you like it.
Yeah, that's the one then. Deuteronomy 30 and 19. 30 and 19. Right, read that.
I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
All right, read that again. I'll break it down.
I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death.
All right. Now, in another scripture, which I'll get, life is what you being prosperous. Death is what you being in the ghettos, dying of drugs, being shot. Read.
Blessing and cursing.
So also see that there, life and death, blessings and cursings. So it's telling you what the life and the death there is. So life is blessings. The Most High will bless you. Death is cursing. And if you look up the definition of the word curse, it means a punishment from God. Read.
Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Yeah, so basically choose that what basically you and your kids, they may have a good life. In the Apocrypha, Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1.
Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life.
So all they that keep the laws, so all they that keep it, they shall come to what?
They shall come to life.
Read on.
But such as leave it shall die.
So such as leave this shall die, meaning what? You have a horrible death. All of us die. So what death is that talking about? Meaning you leave this book, you're gonna die. You're gonna go on those slave ships. You're gonna be thrown off into the water, and the sharks going to devour you. That's what that's referring to.
Right, guys. Ecclesiasticus 39:28, right?
Read that as well.
Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore stroke. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
So again, so the Most High, he sends these spirits against you to appease him, meaning he's angry with you. He wants to be at peace. So that's why he sends that spirit to come and attack you. Read on.
Fire and hail and famine and death
And what?
and death.
Read on.
All these were created for vengeance.
They were created for what?
For vengeance.
There, so you having a rough death, that was vengeance of the Most High. Ask him if he understands that one.
More.
Or the more. Or
Yeah. Teeth of wild beasts.
So if like an animal attacks you, that's the vengeance of the Most High. That's a rough death. Read.
And scorpions.
And scorpions.
And serpents.
Read on.
And the sword.
And what, sorry?
And the sword.
And the sword. With that sword, the weapon is what? Well, the modern day sword now is a gun. So you being shot, even being stabbed, them kinds of deaths are what? Vengeance is of the Most High as well. Read on.
Punishing the wicked to destruction,
and they're punishing the wicked to destruction. So if you're wicked, that death is going to you dying in a very bad way. And read Baruch chapter 4 verse 1 again.
Luke chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Yeah, so if you leave this book, you turn away, you shall die, meaning have a horrible death. Verse 2.
Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
Oh yeah, so now basically telling you that us as a people, we gotta take hold of that we may be illuminated in what filled with the understanding of this book. So just ask him if he understands what it is. Bring it home to him.
You should walk.
So you understood?
Yeah, kind
Alright, that's good enough for me. Anyway, right, where was he at? Psalms 118 and verse 6. And Psalms 118 and verse 6.
Psalms 118 and verse 6. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me?
Alright, so what's that saying?
Basically, the Lord's on his side, so no man can't touch him.
So yeah, so why should you be afraid? Like back then they was going to war. Really, what can a man do unto you? If you're right with the most high, then a man is the least of your problems. Continue reading.
Verse 7. The Lord taketh my part with them that help me. Therefore shall I see my desire upon them that hate me.
Yeah, so if you're with the most high, them that hate you, you're gonna see them drop. It's not gonna be you, it's gonna be them. Remember, you being on the truth is the winning side. If you're not in the truth, you're on the side that's not going to it. So it actually benefits you to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
Verse 8. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man.
So it's better to trust in the Lord than put confidence in man. Your friend goes to the gym and is big, and you're like, yeah, yeah. If anything goes down, I'm gonna call him. He can't help you. It's the Most High. You know what I mean? You may you may call a guy and see him get dropped. You know, so what does that mean? Better to trust in the Most High than put your confidence in a man. Read
What verse was it?
verse 8. That was.
It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man.
Read.
It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes.
And there, it's better to trust in the Most High than put confidence in princes. So someone that is in a high estate, they can't help you neither. The Most High can get them out of the way as well. Read on.
All nations compass me about, but in the name of the Lord will I destroy them.
There, so even King David, he went to war, and many people compassed him about, but because of the Most High, he destroyed them. Verse 11.
They compass me about, yea, they compass me about, but in the name of the Lord I will destroy them.
But in what?
In the name of the Lord I will destroy them.
Yeah, so it's not because of him. In the name of the Lord, he will destroy them. So again, it's the power of the Most High. That's why he's destroying them. Read on.
They compass me about like bees, they are quenched as the fire of thorns, but in the name of the Lord I will destroy them.
So meaning they're meaning they're all around him, but regardless, through the name of the Lord, he will destroy them. From there, give me Psalms 56 and verse 11.
What did you see? Psalms 118 and 6. Can I precept it with Romans 8 and 23?
Read that Romans 8.
What part of it?
Yeah,
What part of it?
verse 6. That was verse 6. Yeah.
Read.
Neither shall he deliver any by his great strength.
And that horse can't deliver you by that great strength. The horse can run fast, but someone can throw a javelin through your back. You know what I mean? Your horse ain't that great. Read on.
Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him.
It is what?
The eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him.
So from verse 16 to verse 17 to verse 18, we say, now the eyes of the Lord are upon them. What's that letting you understand as you're reading down?
That it's the Lord that protects you. That it's the Lord who's saving you. So
That's right. So basically, King is David because it's him that wrote this book. He had obviously had lots of wars, and he's letting you know that it don't matter how strong someone is, how great your army is. All of it comes down to really is if the Most High is with you or not. Read it again, verse 18.
behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death.
To do what?
To deliver their soul from death.
And that's what the Most High does. In that battle, he's going to deliver you from death. It's not yourself. Read on.
And to keep them alive in famine.
And to do what?
Keep them alive in famine.
There, so you can be hungry, but it's the Most High that kept you alive. Some people are poor, the fridge is empty, and yet they're still alive, and you can joke with that person to show that it's the Most High that kept that person alive. It wasn't themselves, or you know what I mean, or like the little dough money they had. It's the Most High. Read on.
Our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield.
And there, it's the Most High that helps you and protects you. So King David, through his lifetime, even he understood this as well. So you know what I mean. This is not a carnal thing of your ability and what you can do. It's all about you serving the Most High. All right. From there, give me Psalms 20 and verse 6. Has anyone got any more questions or anything? Yeah, Psalms 20 and 6.
Psalms 20 and 6. Know now, I that the Lord saveth his anointed. Sorry. Now know, I that the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we remember the name of the Lord our God.
So again, King David, some trust in chariots, horses. With the chariots, got the bikes on the side coming out, ready to cut people's legs off and all that. But King David, he didn't trust in any of that. He knew that it comes down to if the Most High is with you or not. Because you look at every empire in the past, their armies were great. The Greek Empire, Babylonians, they're very tactical in war, and eventually all of them got beat and they're not around. So, and even today as well, with the white man, he's got jets, his army is great, but yet still he's gonna also die also well, like the rest of them. So it's about if the Most High is with you or the Most High is not. Verse 8.
Psalms 20 and 8. They are brought down and fallen, but we are risen and stand upright.
Yeah, so those people that trust in the horses and the chariot, they are brought down, but we are risen up, meaning they lost and you have won and you stand upright. So you know what I mean? Again, the battle is not yours, it's the Most High's, and that's the important thing for anyone coming into this understanding is that there's nothing you can do. The Most High, he just works with us and it's all of him. From there, give me 2 Timothy's, the first chapter and the 7th verse. 2 Timothy's first chapter and the 7th verse.
2 Timothy
1 and 7.
2 Timothy 1 and 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear.
He as well.
For God hath not given us the spirit of fear.
Yeah, so he hasn't given you the spirit to be afraid. That spirit there is of the world, especially amongst us men. A lot of us tend to be afraid to speak up and all that. I know that it's demons trying to hold you back. And also with you being brought up, you know what I mean? They don't really like black people to be very loud or to basically like stand up for themselves. So you growing up, you're taught to be afraid and just be quiet. But What did the Bible say again?
For God have not given us the spirit of fear.
Yeah, so the spirit that you should have, you should not be afraid. You know what I mean? The men should be courageous. Obviously, some men will be more courageous than another man, but regardless, those same attributes should be applied. Read on.
But of power and of love and of a sound mind.
And there, so they're the things that a man should have: the power of the Most High. He speaks strong. Anything he does is in the power of the Most High and of love. You love your brothers, and love is also keeping the commandments, and of a sound mind as well, meaning your mind's in this book, your mind ain't wandering nowhere. You got a strong mind as well. From there, give me Isaiah 51 and 12.
Isaiah 51 and 12. I, even I, am he that comforteth you.
Mm-hmm.
Who art thou, that thou shouldest be afraid of a man?
That thou should be what?
That thou shouldest be afraid of a man?
There, so is the Most High that comforts us. Who are you to be afraid of a man that the Most High invented? This is just like you. You wake up in the morning, he wakes up in the morning, you take a bath, he takes a bath. So why are you afraid of a man that's just like you? Read that part again.
I, even I, am he that comforteth you. Who art thou, that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die?
That shall what?
That shall die.
That a man dies. The same way you're gonna die, you're gonna reach. You're gonna one day have some gray hairs, get old and die. Likewise, that's gonna happen to that same man also as well. Read on.
And of the Son of Man, which shall be made as grass.
And he's like grass. Grass grows and it gets cut, meaning it dies. So we're just like grass. We come and then we go also as well. Read on.
Verse 13. And forgettest the Lord thy Maker, that have stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth.
Yeah, so you're going to be afraid of a man and forget the Most High who made this world. Read.
Has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor.
And they're afraid of the oppressor. Now, in the modern day, who's the oppressor of today?
The white man.
The white man.
Is it like today, like people will be scared of the bills and the white man and the bailiffs and him taking your car away and not forgetting that and not putting trust in the Most High that can let them keep the car and keep their life. People are afraid of what society can do to you and not what the Lord can do.
It's true. Like an example, when it comes to people's jobs or their slavery, there'll come a time for that. But then when it comes to class, they'll be late. So you're afraid of him, I gotta come in time. But not knowing that the Most High is greater than him, you should be coming on time for this. This is where you should be on time. Read on.
As if he were ready to destroy. And where is the fury of the oppressor?
And there, so where's the fury of the oppressor? So, and if you notice, it's got a question there. Why? Because the Most High, he even controls that as well. If the Most High wants that man to, get you kicked out of the job, he can get that done too. So is everyone with me so far?
Can't.
From then, the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus 1 and 8.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 and verse 8.
Is that right?
Ecclesiasticus. What do you want?
1 and 8.
There is one wise and greatly to be feared, the Lord sitting upon his throne.
Read that again.
There is one wise and greatly to be feared.
So there's only one wise and greatly to be afraid of. Read.
The Lord sitting upon his throne.
There. So the only person you should be afraid of is the Most High. You being afraid of somebody else just a waste of time, because the Most High, he's made them too. So why are you going to be afraid of an invention of the Most High? It's him that controls everything. He can put the spirit on someone to attack you or not to attack you. Last scripture, Isaiah 35 and verse 3.
Isaiah chapter 35 and verse 3. Strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees.
And that's what we're doing. we're strengthening our people through this Bible. Read.
Say to them that are of a fearful heart,
Say unto them that are what?
that are of a fearful heart,
To them that are afraid, read.
be strong, fear not,
And do what?
fear not.
And that's what we're telling you. Don't be afraid. This is up to the Most High. Read.
Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with a recompense. He will come and save you.
He will do what?
He will come and save you.
And there, so the Most High is going to save us, not anyone else. So don't be afraid. You know what I mean? You got to come up in the I.S.U.P.K, do the work of the Lord, and trust me, you being afraid, them things will actually hold you back. So it's very vital to you that, you know what I mean, you work on that and you pray, you know what I mean, and you basically, you know what I mean, come back to the law, statutes, and the commandments. So that's the class, and we're going to get to the announcements.
Wait for it, one more question. So wait for it all.
One more question. Oh, you got one question? Bring it.
Who knows? Get an announcement in the meantime.
Syndicate. What is there? One more question?
Open.
So yeah, I mean, does everyone understand that? Everyone on one accord with that?
Can't.
Okay. Put it down here.
Have they typed in or?
Type in. I'll do it, mate. All right.
Alright, not so.
All right. Got it. It says, goes, when Christ came down, did he come to earth as man 100%?
Yeah, that's what the Bible says.
What's the one about not the nation?
Book of Hebrews 2:16.
Yeah, it goes, when Christ came down, did he come 100% man, knowing what his father's mission was, or did he come down in spirit?
Hebrews 2:16. Well, yeah, the answer is yeah. He did come down as a 100% man.
Hebrews 2:16.
Yeah, 2:16. Actually, you know what? Start from verse 14. Hebrews 2:14.
Hebrews 2:14, who gave himself for us.
No, is that the 14th verse? 2:14.
Okay. Hebrews 2:14, for as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood.
So we are partakers of what?
Flesh and blood.
You read on.
He also himself likewise took part of the same.
So he took part of the same. He came as a 100% man, flesh and blood as well. Continue reading.
Okay. That through death he might destroy him that had power of death, that is the devil.
Right, that part's going into another breakdown and making the point. Verse 15.
And deliver them who through fear of death were all and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
Right, verse 16. This is the key part here. You want?
For verily he took not on him the nature of angels.
He did what?
Took not on him the nature of angels.
So yes, he did come down as a 100% man. Continue reading.
But he took on him the seed of Abraham.
He took on the what?
Took on him the seed of Abraham.
And with seed it means sperm. So his dad slept with somebody and he was born. So yeah, he came as a 100% man, knowing that he was doing the will of the Most High. Read verse 17 as well.
Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren.
So he was made like unto his brethren, John, Peter, James, the sons of Zebedee. They were made like us. Their mom and dad slept together and they were born. So it behooved him to be made like unto them. We read on.
That he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for sins of the people.
Yeah, so he was made like us to know the things that we go through. Because with Christ, he was tempted like us, as it says in Peter as well. So he knows what we go through. That's how he can make what reconciliation for the sins of the people. So does that answer the question? Or
Yeah. Second part for it is did he know his mission? So I've got the scripture Luke 2:48.
yeah, read that then. Book of Luke chapter 2 and verse 48.
And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business?
He was what?
About my father's business.
Yeah, so yeah, he did know his objective, and he did know what he had to do. So his mom and dad, they must have been like, obviously he went, and they was worried about him, and telling that what, read that part again, verse 49.
And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business?
Yeah, so he knew that he had an objective to do. So just ask him if that answered his question for him as well. Before we do the announcements.
Yeah, fine, that's right.
Alright, then that's 12 right then. So with that, we're gonna get to the announcements.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We had the I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves on the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, found in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashra means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, check with the teacher. And all Akim and Akbar, check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a troop in the school, start wearing all black. Boot, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf.
Right, so with that, we're gonna get to the prayers. Stand face east.
Abana,
Shabbat
Shemayim,
Quadash, Haya, Shamka,
Yahweh,
Malak
Malakavka,
Taba'a,
Ratazaka,
Haya,
Aisha,
Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya,
Bashamayim,
Thundanawa, Lakam, Yawam, Wasalakinawa, Kabawasinawa, Kasalakinawa, Kabawasinawa, Wala'a, Tabi Ainawa, Banasaya 1, Abba, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, Na'ayulamyam, Aman.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done.
In earth
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
our
daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahushai, Baba Kushah, Nathanawa, Haka, Larpa'a, Kamakala, Kalmadawa, Haka, Lataha, Hamatazarayam, Haka, Lahakuyam, Hamapiyam, Laka, Al-Haqwa, Tama'ala, Lagarashan, Bahashem, Yahushai, Wada Aman, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power
to heal,
all manner of sickness,
all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease, the power
to cleanse the lepers,
to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out
to cast them out
in the name
in the name
of Yahushua.
of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Mataza Biya'ah.
Mataza Biya'ah.
Allah Wap Yahanna.
Allah Wap Yahanna.
Ha Allah Wapyam.
Ha Allah Wapyam.
Ha Zaranyam.
Ha Zaranyam.
Ha Kotiza Yanyam.
Ha Kotiza Yanyam.
Ha Kayalyam.
Ha Kayalyam.
Wa Ha Akrafyam.
Wa Ha Akwapyam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Yahushua.
Yahushua. Tuwala Aman.
Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanna.
Commanding General Yohanna.
Generals.
The generals.
Captains.
The captains.
Officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Blessed you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
And evils.
And evils.
And curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And destruction.
And death.
And death.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against
Thy
us.
prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
The schools.
And the schools.
And evils.
And evils.
And curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And destruction.
And death.
And death.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake loose.
The pockets of the rich of Israel.
The pockets of the rich of
That
Israel.
refuse to give.
That refuse to give
To the school.
to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
And evils.
To evils.
And curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And destruction.
Death.
And death.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nation.
And the nation.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
The court
The
system.
prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation. Skinheads.
Hasikomatazi.
Hasikomatazi.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
Lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement. Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
The cable access
The
channels.
cable access channels.
And the radio channels.
And the radio channels.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit
Any of thy people.
of any of thy people
That seek to stop us.
that seek to stop us
Bring swift death.
and bring swift death
To all the heathen.
to all the heathen
That stand in the way.
that stand in the way
Or try to stop us.
or try to stop
From
us
broadcasting your word.
from broadcasting your word
Throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose.
Let loose
All the terrorists.
all the terrorists,
Cause them to go.
cause them to go
To and fro.
to and fro
Through the earth.
through the earth
And destroy.
and destroy,
Cause the terrorists.
cause the terrorists
To come against America.
to come against
And
America
destroy them.
and destroy them
In their stronghold.
in their stronghold.
Let America shake.
Let America shake
At the hands of the terrorists.
at the hands of the terrorists.
Let Yahushua.
Let Yahushua,
Michael. Gabriel.
Gabriel
Come down.
come down
Flying
with
saucers.
the flying saucers
And for all the heathen.
and kill all the heathen
That come up against us.
that come up against us
As we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known.
Cause it to be known
By all.
by all
That is the angels.
that it is the angels
That have done it.
that have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread
Through the media.
through the media
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake.
Cause them to shake
At thy coming.
at thy coming
In the name.
in the name
of Yahushua.
of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always.
Always.
So be it.
So be it.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Hashem.
Hashem,
Yahushua.
Yahushua,
Barakanawa.
Barakanawa,
Allah.
Wayasha Allah,
Wahabaya.
Wahabaya,
Saparium.
Saparium,
Barak.
Barak,
Rapah.
Rapah,
Magog.
Magog,
Magog.
Magan,
Everybody in the I.S.U.P.K.
everybody in the I.S.U.P.K,
Everyone searching for the truth.
everyone searching for the truth.
Captain Mashat Mayam.
Captain Mashat Mayam,
Captain Nayathak.
Captain Nayathak,
Captain Tazaya.
Captain Tazaya,
Captain Kobalama.
Captain Kubalama,
All the generals.
all the generals,
Officer Kahantam Yad.
Officer Kahantam Yad,
Officer Tawagaba.
Officer Tawagaba,
Officer Regalia.
Officer Vagaya,
Gadayawan.
Gadayawan,
Gadaha.
Gadaha,
Zakar.
Zakar,
Karafia.
Karafia,
Dungabar.
Dumgabar,
The Gordon family.
the Gordon
The
family,
Bennett family.
the Bennett family,
And the Julian family.
and the Julian family,
Yapa.
Yapa,
That's it.
Commanding General Yohanna,
Commanding General Yohanna.
all the generals,
All the
All the generals.
all the captains,
All the captains.
all the officers,
All the officers.
all the troopers,
All the troopers.
all the sisters,
All the sisters.
all of Israel,
All of Israel.
Aden,
Aiden.
Damgabar,
Damgabar,
Parasha,
Russia,
Nakapaya,
Nakapaya,
Yapa,
Yapa,
Koradara,
Koradara,
Atara,
Atara,
Carmel,
Carmel,
all the I.S.U.P.K,
all the I.S.U.P.K,
all the generals,
all the generals,
all the captains,
all the captains,
officers,
officers,
troopers, and all the sisters,
all the sisters,
Captain Mashak
Captain Mashat Mayam,
Aiden,
Hayden,
the Gardner family,
the Gardner family,
Commander General
GEN.YAHANNA, all the brothers of the I.S.U.P.K,
all
all the sisters of the I.S.U.P.K, the Gordon family, Chakani, Temba, Nathan,
Nathan,
the Simba,
and Moses,
Hashem,
Barshem, Yahushai,
Tawada,
Tawada Aman.
What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. That's dismissed.